and there is no commensurate financing to support their education. You know, it is just basic logic. So this is the conversation that we need to have. And in my opinion, it should be possible as you place a student, you must also know, is there funding for the education of that child? And is there supporting bursary to make sure that that child finishes that?
But we have situations, Mr. President, where universities like Mount Kenya University will have more students in the School of Medicine than the University of Nairobi. What's your take on help supporting students in private universities more than those in public universities?
That's the conversation we're going to have.
Ultimately, Mr. President.
That's the conversation we are going to have, because we need to interrogate, you know, how feasible is it for government to support so many students with little money instead of supporting the number of students that they can with adequate resources to make sure that they get the correct training. So that's the conversation we're going to have. And we're going to have it with public universities, and we are going to have that conversation even with the private universities. And possibly we could, where we are not able to finance, we have to be honest with ourselves. Let me give you a practical situation there, Michelle. We have students in academies. They pay 100,000, 200,000 a term, right? All through, from standard 1 to form 4. But when they go to university, we want to tell them we can pay for all of them. Why? If a parent is able to pay for their child in primary and in secondary, why don't we allow them to pay for their child in university? So that we support the children of the people who cannot afford. Why, for example, would my daughter or son of William Ruto be given bursary in the university when William Ruto can afford? Or for that matter, Ken Michungu here, or James Matt. You know, I'm sure that you guys can. So we really have to be honest.
Mr. President,
we really have to
allow for me to ask this question, Mr.
We really have to be honest with that, and I'm sorry if I say.
No, that's an interesting conversation.
We really have to be honest with ourselves, right? That let those who can afford pay.
Okay. We're positive.
Let those who cannot afford, let us think of how do we support them, rather than pretending that we are able to support all the children, even when we are not in a position to.
Mr. President, can Mijungu allow me to come first?
Okay. Are you telling me Mijungu wewe huwezi kulipia mtoto wako kwa university? Wewe sasa hii mtoto wako wako kwa nini kwa academy alafu unasema nini?
All right. Okay, Mr. President, we are positive on getting it right.
Yes.
Ultimately, it's about making sure that we have students that are well baked for the job market.
Absolutely.
For, you know, the world out there.
Absolutely.
We have lots of skills today. We have lots of experience, but not fully utilized. What are you doing to make sure that then, after all said and done, these skills, this experience will be utilized for economic growth?
3 things. Number 1, we have to drive our industrialization and manufacturing value addition agro-processing agenda. It is a big part of our plan. And that is why I have set the Ministry for Investment, Industry, and manufacturing, you know, the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry.